नमस्कार दर्शकवृन्द म हेलो अमेरिकाको नियमित प्रस्तुता सुमन थामसुहङ लिम्बू उपस्थित भइसकेको छु। आजको लागि भने हामीले एकजना लोकल पोलिटिसियन, सोसल एक्टिभिटिज र वुडसाइड अन द मुभ भन्ने एउटा नन प्रफिटेबल अर्गनाइजेसनका एक्जिक्युटिभ डाइरेक्टर स्टिभेन रागालाई हाम्रो स्टुडियोमा समसामयिक विषयमा भलाकुसारी गर्नको निम्ति आएका छौँ। उहाँ हुनुहुन्छ स्टिभेन रागा।
All right, sir. It's really a pleasure to have you our show.
Thank you. No, thank you very much for the invitation, and glad to come in and join our growing Nepali community.
All right. So how is going on everything?
Okay, it's good. It's been very busy for 2022, but very exciting and a lot of new opportunities for our communities here in Woodside, Elmhurst, and Western Queens.
Cool. So you're right now currently you're working as a Woodside on the Move executive director, right?
Correct.
So what is it, the community? I mean, what are you doing?
Every day, there's a lot. I do a lot every day. We have a really good committed staff at our office. But it's Woodside on the Move is a 45-year-old organization here based in Western Queens that focuses on advocacy for our community and also free social services that we can give to those that are most vulnerable and in need. So we do anything from advocating in City Hall to Albany for different legislation and policies that help us, or we do anything from giving social services in our office, maybe free COVID testing or help with applications for NYCHA or housing. And even yesterday, we're just down the street on Broadway giving free masks and different self-test kits along with...
It's a non-profit, right?
It's a non-profit organization. And we did with a different elected officials, so happy to help with them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Glad to know that. So,
Yeah.
Is it Woodside and Sunnyside and what's like your area? You do the District 26 or all over the...
All over. So Woodside on the Move, it started 45 years just in Woodside, but a lot of our community it's not divided by just Woodside. It goes into Elmhurst, into Jackson Heights, Sunnyside, Maspeth, Astoria, Long Island City. So it's really not specified with one geographic jurisdiction. It's wherever the community needs us and we go and help.
Okay, that's fine. So first of all, yeah, I mean, after I called you for my interview, and then I've been reading a little bit about you.
Oh, is it good?
Yeah. No, I mean, you're grown up by single mom, or so are you like Filipino-American, right?
Yeah.
Can you say something about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was born here, but at the time, my dad was still in the Philippines. He didn't have his, the paperwork. So my mom was here. But when I was born, I was sent back. I grew up in the Philippines. So my first language is Tagalog. I was there with my dad. But then when me and my dad we were all living here in Queens, then my dad passed away when I was 7. So from that age, I was growing up with my mom.
So how you feel that, like growing up with single mom? I mean, not having dad when I was young.
Oh, at the time I was, as a kid, that's upsetting. But my mom really did a good job. Worked very hard. Worked 3 jobs at times to come home and travel and make sure I was doing my homework and I have food. So, very strong woman and happy that she pushed me along the way.
Okay. So after that, your career, like your university. What was your graduate?
What schools did I?
Yeah.
A few. I'm still in school right now. I should really stop. I went to community college. I was at Nassau Community College and got my associate's degree for liberal arts. I moved on to Stony Brook University. I got a bachelor's in political science, a master's in public policy. And then actually after there, I went to Egypt. I was in Egypt for 1.5 to 2 years in Cairo, and I was studying international human rights law at the American University in Cairo. After that, when I moved back here, and I was still working. I wasn't just in school. I was at Baruch College here, where I got my master's in public administration through the National Urban Fellows Program, and currently I am finishing my dual degree at Cornell Business School and Weill Cornell Medical School, which is my MBA and Master's in Healthcare Leadership.
Cool. We say good luck for that.
Yeah,
and then
happy.
What did you draw to your like public servant? You know, what did you draw?
Why I end up here?
Yeah.
It's funny because I didn't want to do it. I wanted to do other things, especially in very reflective of like the Nepali community. There's not a lot of Filipinos in public service. There's history. No city council member ever. No assembly member ever. No mayor, governor, any of that ever. So you don't see people that look like us in these positions of authority, right?
Okay.
So what brought me there was at first, after graduating from Stony Brook, I interned at both the Philippine Consulate and also the Philippine Forum, the Bayanihan Community Center here. It was first in Elmhurst and then moved to 69th and Roosevelt. And there you could see how our community is significantly, disproportionately underfunded. The resources are not coming over here. So through then, I got more involved in the community board, talking to our elected officials and how we can make sure our community has the resources they need, whether funding, community centers, or any kind of support for our communities. And that's how I was kind of drawn there initially.
So I've read that as well. You were fighting for the city council member of District 26, but it was not a last time, right? Before that.
That was last year. Yeah, that was 2021. It's been a blur the last years, especially with COVID. It's been a blur. But yes, that primary was in June, and the general was in November. And luckily, Julie Wan ended up winning the general. So happy to have her as our representative in city council.
Okay. So which area, like for the city council district 26, which area are your like specific area? Woodside, Sunnyside?
Well, currently I think there might be a change in the map, but currently in District 26 for city council, it's Woodside on the very eastern portion. So like this is a different. I think this is 25. Yes. And 26 is there, 60, 69, 70. And so it's Woodside, it is Sunnyside, Astoria, Long Island City. And a little bit of Maspeth. Yeah.
A little bit of Maspeth too,
bit,
right?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of bigger area, and then tough area. You know, in Queens, like it's a very tough area. So
yeah, and very diverse.
A lot of diversity.
A lot of diversity.
A lot of ethnicity and diversity.
Yes,
stuff
and
like
that's
that.
why it's good that for 26 now we have the first Asian American in Julie, and also the first female in Julie.
So the first.
And it's great to have that representation that we see in government.
Oh, cool! Yeah, glad to know that as well. And then you're another thing. You work for NAFA too, right?
Yes.
What is that? Could you explain a little bit about it? Like, for our
Yeah, NAFA is the National Federation of Filipino-American Associations. So it's the largest organization for Filipino-Americans in the United States. And its focus directly is on federal policy or initiatives that impact Filipino-Americans, and some initiatives that impact Filipinos across the world, globally, and into the Philippines. So when I joined the board in 2012, I believe, I was the youngest, and I was very happy. I don't think I'm the youngest anymore on the board, but it's we have a great team, a great staff, and doing the good work and trying to unite our community. An issue that's similar to your community is like TPS. I know you
TPS,
guys got it. We tried. We didn't get it. But we congratulate the heavy and strong community leaders that made sure TPS was granted for Nepal.
Okay. So what do you guys, your organization, what did you do for while global pandemic started in here? Like 1, 2, 3, what are the remarkable work you guys did?
Yeah, sure. I think what's just to premise that it's interesting in the Filipino community, because when the pandemic started, a large portion of our community are frontline workers in hospitals and in restaurants, both. A lot of Filipino nurses, doctors, healthcare workers are right in Elmer's Hospital. They're right over here. So in our community, we thought we fundraised to make sure that those who need it had food and basic essentials. And secondly, we help the small businesses get or redirect their market to different areas that might be looking to get food and dinner, all of that. So they can have the local community can have that access. And thirdly, small businesses in Woodside and Elmhurst really stepped up to the plate and donated free food to frontline workers, not just in Elmhurst Hospital, but at NYU, at Weill Cornell, at Mount Sinai, all across New York City. So New Yorkers have a lot to thank for our communities here in Woodside and Elmhurst.
So your organization helped to in New York, Queens, like people, they don't have a job. I mean, jobless or homeless or housing or stuff like that. What kind of job you guys?
For sure, I think
for them.
Yes. Well, to step back at that time when the pandemic started, I still worked at the New York State Legislature. I was chief of staff for Assemblyman Brian Barnwell, in which case unemployment cases rose significantly in our area. So in which case, if I remember, it was 0.5 a month that we a number of unemployment cases we had a year. It became ballooned to 500 per month. So we wanted to help and make sure and follow up with the state's Department of Labor to ensure that our community gets the papers processed.
Okay. So what about your next political future, political career? What are you gonna do the next fight for?
Yeah. Well, in terms of what fighting for issues, it's whatever the community needs. It's whatever that the most vulnerable and those that need help with, and I'll make sure to support that. In terms of maybe political positions, what I'm looking to do, maybe that's in the next few weeks, is agree to run for district leader here in Woodside and Elmhurst. So that would be with encompassing the new District 30 that is within our neighborhoods here, going all the way from, I think, Boulevard Gardens to the Big Six in Queens Boulevard, all the way to even near Grand Avenue towards Elmhurst.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna fight for that position?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Yeah. Good luck.
In which case, I would be the first Filipino to represent these neighborhoods on the district level position.
Cool. Yeah. Congratulations in advance.
Well, just me first, and then we've been in the
Yeah. Good luck. Yeah. Of course, definitely our community we're gonna support as well.
I appreciate
and then
that.
we have primarily the governor election going on.
Yeah.
And the district assembly election going on. So what is your roles for those elections?
My roles right now would be to win the position I would be going for district leader, but supportive of just good candidates. We want to support good candidates so they can be there and represent and fight for us when they're in office. So I've not yet looked into who I will be supporting on every level of the campaigns. But definitely on the local level, I'd be fighting for district leader and those that are on the ticket.
From the Democrats, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Why Democrats?
Well, a lot. If we had to pick on different parties, I would more likely support the value system that the Democratic Party puts out there, and also the more diversity in culture, in the folks that are in the room within the Democratic Party, but also thirdly, just in New York, it's also overwhelmingly Democrat. In which case, most of the winners in the political elections really win during the the Democratic primary. So if you want to really be involved and have more impact with your one vote, you really want to make sure you're voting at one of the primaries.
Okay. So can you tell us what don't you like about the Republicans?
Oh, wait. It's a longer thing. It's not specific individuals or any. It's the policies that I feel, especially on the national level that you see on TV, that for me, it's not values that are necessarily American. It's not inclusive. It's actually, a lot of it is obstructionist in trying to keep civic engagement to a sufficient level to bring all Americans into the fold, and that's something that I don't think is in line with my values.
Okay. So, what would you ask to our Nepali community to support for you? What do you have to do for you? 1, 2, 3. I mean, if we have to support for you, our people, what do exactly you need for our community?
I mean,
because we're from Nepali community, right? So I just want to, let them know.
Yeah, 100%. I think for number one, to register to vote. You have a few months to register to vote, and to help in a Democratic primary, you have to click off Democrat. You have to check that you joined the Democratic Party. It doesn't mean you can't vote for anybody else. You can vote for you. You can vote for anybody you want.
Okay.
But to be able to vote in the Democratic primary in June, you have to register as a Democrat. It doesn't limit you anywhere else. It actually gives you more opportunity to vote. That's number one. Number two, I would love to see who I can meet with and just discuss. Because one thing is, I don't want to just say, "Hey, vote for me." Please come and vote for me if I never met you yet. I haven't discussed what are your issues. I'd like to have more opportunities to please just call me. My number is 917-392-4546. It's the number you said. That is my number for everyone to see. We could meet, have a town hall meeting or whatever, see what the priorities are for your community. So when I'm in a position to voice and fight for you, that I know exactly who said it and why it's needed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just a beginning. I mean, our opinion is we want to introduce to you in our community as a community leader little by little. So later on, we call you for our town hall meeting or meet and greet stuff like that.
Yeah, of
so
course.
That's what we're gonna do on next
time.
Next
time as long as you have this coffee, I'll come in and enjoy.
Good to know. So, I mean, what would you like to do besides of politics and social work?
Okay. What else I like to do? Like sports, like the Knicks, go to concerts, have fun, travel before pandemic, travel, and spend times with my friends and family, because they're fun and funny. So I want to hang out with them and eat. Especially around here, there's so much good food.
It is.
So a big part of that is getting to know other cultures through just meeting and greeting, but also just the food here and their events and cultural events, and so I can go and support. So a lot of my work kind of extends into the personal, because that's stuff I care about anyway. So even on my free time, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. So what is your best food and best sport?
Best food, I'm literally after this, we're gonna get Thai food on
Okay.
I don't know which one I'm going to yet, but I'm 100% getting Thai food after this. And favorite sports, basketball.
Okay.
Basketball, of course.
Do you play or just want to watch? Or
I used to play, and now I am relegated to just watching. I can no longer play really well. But only the Knicks. I don't watch the Brooklyn Nets. No, no way.
So what about American football? You like that or no?
I do. But I'm more of a Giants fan, but I'm not really stuck on the TV because and watching every game. But American football sometimes when I'm available. I'd watch baseball more with the Mets, just down the street. Take the 7 train straight over there.
That's fine. Yeah.
Have you gone there? Have you gone to a Mets game in Citi Field?
No.
Check it out. We'll go.
I just once.
We'll
I've just been once.
Really?
Yeah, there.
It's nice.
Yeah. So in among the Nepali community.
Yeah.
I mean, you said you work for NAFA, right? You're very good with the Filipino community. Among the Nepali community, how many leaders do you know from the Nepali community in your area?
Just a few. Obviously, I know like Samrat. I know a few others. It's just now is the perfect time to start getting, because of the mainstream issues that already impact the Nepali community. That's why we want to bring everybody in right now, whether or not there's an election. I would love your vote. I'd love it, but you don't have to vote for me. You don't have to. What I would like to see more is the Nepali community be more involved in these issues. We need your voice. We need your voice. The same way they need the Filipino voice, they need the Nepali voice.
I get you. Yeah, like us, I mean, we're first generation from Nepal here. So we're first generation involving in politics little by little.
Yeah.
So what were your suggestion for our leaders and young new leaders getting in, local politics?
I understand. It's similar to the Filipino community because it's post 1965 is when Filipinos really started to move into, because it was the Immigration Act on the federal level, into Woodside and Western Queens, and slowly more and more Filipinos have been moving here. But a lot of the preference for politics is not politics locally. It's politics back in the Philippines.
Yeah.
But a lot of the things that impact you daily is politics here. The city council funding is politics here. Anything regarding immigration on the federal level, the state has to then discuss and vote in Albany. So our state senators and assembly members have to vote on that. Our governor, our mayor, they're the executives during COVID-19 and the pandemic that were trying to get the resources for us and make sure those that were vulnerable and unheard get those resources. It wasn't elected officials from another. It's our representatives here. And similarly, that's what I would like to, try to message to the Nepali community, not just specifically for the Nepali community, any of the communities here that are immigrant and have that dual relationship with elected officials back home and here, our new home.
And raise your voice, right?
Yeah, of course. Because you want to raise your voice to beforehand when it's your point of view and you can add to the discussion. You don't want to be raising your voice when it's too late, saying, I need help. We want to let them know as early as possible that you, me, everyone in our communities deserve the equal amount of rights and resources as everybody else.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, and then where are your family? I'm like parents right now.
Both my parents before passed away. Because I told you my dad passed away when I was young, when I was 7. My mom lived here in Woodside, on Woodside Avenue, passed away 2019, right before the pandemic.
Okay. So say something from this public media. Say some message to your parents.
Oh, really? Well, thank you to both my mom and my dad, instilling good values, hardworking ethic with me that I keep every day. And I appreciate it, and set a lovely example, not just for me, but for those around them.
Cool. That's very lovely message. And what means you like success? I mean, what does that mean, success for you?
I don't know. I feel like I already in terms of fulfillment, right? Personal, professional fulfillment. I think besides the pandemic, I'm regularly speaking with my friends and family to when I can. Professionally, every day I get to wake up and do something I would like to do, which is service our community, especially for the most vulnerable and underserved, and fight for them. There's not a lot of positions where you can, that's what you can say you do. So for me, success is just growing every day and learning more to improve the public value that I can put out there into our community.
Glad. So yeah, we're almost in last minute.
Already?
Interview. So yeah, I mean, is there anything that I forgot to ask you, and you want to say something as a political leader, as a social like a worker for to people? Is there anything to say from your side?
Again on the political side, just be involved. Get your stuff out there. At the very least, what that has to do is register to vote. Just register. I would love it if you vote in June. I would love it if you vote for me in June. I would love it. But at the very least, just register so people know that the Nepali community is registered to vote, whether they're voting for or against. People need to know that. Secondly, besides the politics, is with my hat as executive director for Woodside on the Move, we have social services that are free to our community, whether it's housing, whether it's public health, whether it's youth, for seniors, all around. We do not discriminate on it. We want to help everybody in our community. So please, if there's anything you need, welcome to our, you are all welcome to our office on Queens Boulevard. Just give us a call. You can go in our social media, Woodside on the Move, and happy to help anything you need.
Cool. Yeah, glad to know that. And yeah, it's last minute again. It's just our 30 minutes interview.
Okay,
so
good.
lastly,
Yeah.
there's no people, nobody is don't like to dance and sing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we don't have a space to dance here.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
Can you sing a song for our audience?
I am really bad. I am the only Filipino here that cannot sing.
No
I
matter
do
what,
not
either
know
it's
to sing.
Tagalog or English.
What is your favorite song?
Doesn't no it
What is your
no
favorite
your
song?
favorite, and it doesn't matter, like one line or whatever you can, just sing a line of song for our audience.
What is the favorite song?
Okay, to me,
Yeah.
Welcome to the Hotel California.
Welcome to Hotel California. You want to sing it together?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Just welcome to the Hotel California.
Such a lovely place. Such a lovely place. All right,
Good. Next time we'll do a karaoke, huh?
Oh, you will, yeah.
Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for being here again. Right?
Of course.
I really appreciate and look forward to work and then meet and greet everything for you.
Of course. As long as anything you guys need, let me know. Would love to meet more of the community.
Thank you for your valuable time.
Of course. Thank you.
Really
Thank you.
appreciate
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
उहाँ हुनुहुन्थ्यो स्टिभेन रागा। यहाँहरूले उहाँकै मुखरबिन्दुबाट सुनिहाल्नुभयो समसामयिक विषयको भलाकुसारी थियो। हस् त आजको लागि यति नै। क्यामेरामा सम्राट कार्की, डाइरेक्टर किशोर सुब्बा र सहनिर्देशक टोमा लामाको साथमा म सुमन थामसङ लिम्बू बिदा चाहन्छु। नमस्ते।